Hello and welcome to Newsfeed on Trust TV. I am Dorcas Yakubuzala, bringing you trending stories that people are talking about and sharing around the globe today, and also their opinions on such issues. Federal government secures depression treatment facility for Trump's deportees. Snake monkey mustn't swallow $1.07 billion health funds, Atiku warns federal government. Politicians fight not real, merely to entertain Nigerians, says Fayemi. Ghana bans first-class travel for government officials. Now, top on what's trending, the federal government has expressed readiness to receive Nigerians affected by the deportation order of United States President Donald Trump and reintegrate them back into the society. This was disclosed by the Minister of Interior, Olubunmi Tunji-Ojo, in an exclusive interview with Sunday Punch. About 3,690 Nigerians in the United States are faced with deportation as Trump begins a crackdown on illegal immigrants in the country. Tunji-Ojo, however, assured that the country was ready to assist potential Nigerian deportees to settle and reunite them with their families and beloved ones. Now, reacting to that, one AZ Big wrote, "What have you prepared for Nigerians at home? They are even more depressed than Trump's deportees." Next one says, "Another opportunity to cash out. Just give them jobs. After treating or managing them for the depression, what next? The ones at home are even more depressed than these ones." And the last reaction on this story is from a user with the handle name Henry VI. "After treatment, when they come out, they will face the real depression when they see the real situation on ground." Now, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has warned the federal government that claims of animals such as snakes, termites, gorillas, and monkeys swallowing public funds must never be the fate of the funds budgeted for the critical sector of health in the 2025 budget. In a statement on Sunday, Atiku urged President Bola Tinubu's administration to provide transparency on how the intervention fund will be allocated. The former vice president emphasized the importance of accountability, stressing that every kobo must be properly utilized to strengthen Nigeria's healthcare system. He said, quote, "In recent years, there have been bizarre claims of animals being held accountable for missing public funds. Some of these fairy tale-like claims were never investigated or punished to deter future offenders," end quote. Next one was trending. Bello El-Rufai, the eldest son of Nasser El-Rufai, the former governor of Kaduna State, has expressed displeasure over the rift between his father and the governor of Kaduna State, Uba Sani, stating that he is not in the position to intervene and reconcile both men. Bello, who is a member of the House of Representatives representing Kaduna North Federal Constituency, also said it wasn't a bad thing to investigate El-Rufai's government. So far, it was done with clear intention and not targeted to humiliate anyone based on any perceived acrimony. Speaking during a program on BBC Hausa, the federal lawmaker said he was not happy seeing his father and Governor Sani at odds, particularly given the place they held in his life. Now, reacting to that, a user with the handle name Balo_NG wrote, "I don't think Uba Sani needs reconciliation with El-Rufai. This very time, he should just continue his good work making Kaduna State more safer. El-Rufai will later reconcile himself if he likes." Next one is from one Williams Akinyemi. "I respect this man. He made a good point, especially the last paragraph. God bless your knowledge, Malam Bello." Our next one was trending. Detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, has called on his supporters to refrain from begging his release, asserting that his quest for self-determination is a constitutionally protected right and not a criminal offense. Speaking through his lawyer, Aloy Ejimako, Kanu emphasized that his release is a matter of legal compliance with existing court orders, not an act requiring presidential pardon or clemency. In a press statement, Ejimako conveyed Kanu's stance. Kanu expressed gratitude to those advocating for peace in Igbo land, while cautioning that appeals for pardon might legitimize the executive or judicial violations of his rights. Ejimako added, quote, "Instead of begging, those desiring his release should emulate the language and tact used by groups like Afenifere or Haneze, the World Igbo Congress, ranking members of the National Assembly, the American military veterans of Igbo descent, and other international bodies who have made it clear clear that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu deserves to be released because he has committed no offense known to law. Next one was trending. Former governor of Ekiti State, Kayode Fayemi, says the seeming fights among politicians are not real but only to entertain Nigerians. Speaking during the 60th birthday Thanksgiving service at St. Martin's Catholic Church, Isan, Ekiti, on Sunday, Fayemi downplayed the perception of animosity between political figures, emphasizing that many of the supposed rivalries exist only on social media. Quote, "So all these things you read on social media are for your entertainment," he said. "Many will wonder why Governor Segun Oni is here. During his birthday, I spent the entire day with him, and Governor Ayodele Fayose too would have been here without hesitation if he was around." Close quote. He said irrespective of political differences, Ekiti politicians are not enemies. Now reacting, someone said, "In other words or summary, don't kill yourselves over any politician or political party." A user with the handle name Real Feelings wrote, "The cost of entertainment Wike and Fubara are bringing Rivers is heavy. Make it tell them to stop. The people have been entertained enough." And the last reaction on the story says, "Is entertaining Nigerians part of what you guys were elected or appointed for? Can you guys fix this nation?" Now let's take a quick break. We'll be back in no time. Do stay with us. Welcome back. In case you're just joining us, you're watching Newsfeed on Trust TV. And the Chinese government has initiated discussions with Nigerian authorities following the recent arrest of several Chinese nationals in connection with cybercrime and illegal mining. The Chinese embassy in Nigeria confirmed in a response via mail to Sunday Punch that it was in close communication with key law enforcement agencies, including the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission and the Nigeria Communications Commission, to ensure due process in the ongoing investigations. The embassy reiterated its commitment to supporting the country's efforts in combating cybercrime and illegal mining as law enforcement agencies intensify crackdowns on illicit activities involving foreign nationals. It stressed that cybersecurity is a global challenge that requires international cooperation. It reaffirmed China's firm stance against cybercrime and pledged to work closely with Nigerian authorities to strengthen security efforts. Now, a netizen wrote, "See how their country is trying to fight for their people even when they know all their crimes. Go and see how Nigerians are treated outside. Crime or no crime. Even within Nigeria, crime or no crime. Nigerian government needs to learn a lot." Next one says, "Use them to negotiate a 10% reduction in the debt that Nigeria is owing China." One Uja Etsuke saying, "Nigeria doesn't deport, Abi." Next one was trending. Ghana's President John Mahama has imposed a ban on first-class travel for all government appointees as part of efforts to cut down public expenditure amid the country's economic difficulties. Speaking at the swearing-in of new ministers at the Jubilee House, Mahama said all non-essential travel would be prohibited, while the Chief of Staff must first clear any necessary trips. He revealed that he has directed the Chief of Staff to formally notify all ministers and government officials about an immediate restriction on non-essential travel, which aims to cut government expenditures. Quote, "Any travel that is deemed essential and necessary must be cleared first with the office of the Chief of Staff, and such travels would have to be taken in modesty, no first class," end quote, Mahama stated. The president also cautioned his appointees against arrogance and wasteful spending, stressing the need for prudent use of public resources. The directive is part of President Mahama's commitment to cut down on extravagant spending as his administration seeks to restore economic stability and public trust in governance. Now, one Papi J wrote, "One of the benefits that will come with this is that henceforth, the economy flights will be well taken care of, mainly because of the politicians and the citizens who benefit from it like that." One Sardi is saying, "They should also stop their families from schooling abroad. If you want to work under any government, your family should stay in that country until the end of your tenure." The last reaction on the story says, President John Mahama's ban on first-class travel and restriction on non-essential trips is a commendable step towards reducing government waste and promoting fiscal responsibility. Given Ghana's economic difficulties, this move signals an effort to prioritize essential spending and restore public trust in governance. However, the real impact will depend on strict enforcement and whether other areas of wasteful spending are also addressed. Cutting down on luxury travel is a good start, but would it extend to other excessive government expenses? Finally, in sports, the Philadelphia Eagles demolished the Kansas City Chiefs to win 40-22 and denied them an unprecedented third straight Super Bowl win. The Chiefs were playing in their fifth Super Bowl in 6 years, and much of the pre-game hype focused on a potential three-peat. But the Eagles utterly dominated in New Orleans, particularly their defense, to avenge their Super Bowl defeat by the Chiefs 2 years ago. It is the Eagles' second Super Bowl win, having claimed their first in 2018. Now, a user with the name PhotoSpice wrote, "Great win, congratulations. I was rooting for the Chiefs, but the Eagles deserved it today." Next one says, "Only Americans celebrating in the comment section. Being world champions by playing sports which only America plays. Americans live in their own illusion and fantasy and calling rugby a football." And the last reaction we're taking on the program today says, "Go Birds, what an incredible game." And that's a wrap on the program today. Do also follow us across all our social media platforms for more programs, news and documentaries. Until next time, goodbye.